changing, the way they make money as far as in the markets through Forex and as far as this business with these residuals. So I want to welcome everyone to the call, guys. Appreciate y'all for hopping on time. Tonight's call is focused more on the residual side of the business. So last night, we've had a value-packed week so far. Tuesday night, we had the walkthrough of the academy for everyone who was brand new. Wednesday afternoon, we had the orientation, new customer orientation on how to invite so that you can go 2 and 3. Last night, we had Deborah Chambers, one of our platinum leaders, lead a trading basics, which was phenomenal. If you guys were on any of those calls, this week and you got value, go ahead and drop some 7s in the chat, And tonight, guys, tonight is about the residual side, okay? Okay, I see the 7s coming through. Awesome. Now, if you're on this call, I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right people. Now, this is open to the entire organization. You don't have to want to build a business, and you can still get on. I say at least learn the information and see what's possible. And if right now you want to focus on trading, that's fine. But if you start to see that people that you share the information with want to actually invest as well, why not, make some extra money, right? So if you're on the call, just want to see kind of the split of the call, because we've got a lot of people on. If you are interested in building, a business here with IM and being able to start to earn some residual through our compensation plan, or at least learn more about how you can, drop some 1s in the chat, okay? If you're not interested in building a business at all, drop some 2s, okay? So I can kind of see. I want to see who wants to build a business and who doesn't. And either way, I love you all, right? Okay, so that means that the right people are on this call. Everyone on this call wants to find out how to make some money outside of trading as well, right? Because you're going to secure the bag in the markets. That's automatic as a customer. But also you can start to make some money, on the residual side. Awesome. So I see the 1s. Good stuff. All right, guys. So I'm going to keep this super, super simple tonight. And we're going to start from the basics. I know a lot of you guys on the call already have hit certain levels in the compensation plan. You're already earning. A lot of you guys are waiting for your first paycheck to hit probably next Friday or maybe tomorrow, depending on when you ranked up. But we're going to keep it really simple. And guys, if you want to, because there's a lot of people, don't just unmute if you don't have to. Drop something in the chat or raise your hand. It's an icon that you can raise your hand, to ask a question, just because I don't want everyone to unmute themselves at once and then it gets crazy. All right. And what I've noticed too is when we unmute, we forget to mute back, and then we hear the babies crying in the background and all that stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right. So the first thing I want you to think about is there's 2 sides to our business. Okay. There's 2 sides to the academy. You've got the customers, which is all of you guys on the call today started as a customer.
Like a 3%.
Right? Started as a customer. Okay. That's what I mean. Hang on. Okay. You started as a customer, which means you actually enrolled in the academy for the tools, right? For the skill set, for the education. Everyone who enrolls into our academy initially comes in as a customer. Okay. We've got a couple different curriculums that we offer. So we got FRX, which is the Forex Academy. We've got HFX, which is high frequency, which is basically binary options. We've got DCX, which is digital currency. And then we also got the Elite, which means the Elite has everything, okay? Now, most of you guys, when you got started on the FRX package, because that is what we recommend for someone who's brand new. That's where you're gonna get that foundation. HFX and DCX, all of those curriculums have a good foundation as well, but they're different forms of trading. So most of you guys started here. If you got started and you're an Elite, you got access to everything, okay? Every single curriculum, every single product that we offer. Now, how much does this cost? And y'all, let's make this interactive so this don't get boring, right? Because this is a lot of information. How much does it cost to enroll in the academy? Someone drop it in the chat. What does a customer pay to get started in the academy for one of the curriculums? Not the Elite, for any of the other curriculums. Cool, $235. That's their upfront. And how much is their monthly? What do they pay per month? Boom. $235 upfront and $175 a month. Right. Perfect. So anyone who comes into the academy, any new customer, they're going to pay $235 and $175 a month for access to the platform. A lot of people, we do promos in the organization a lot of times. So sometimes we can get 25, 35, 50. Last weekend, you could get 100 off. Okay. Now the elite, let's see. I know we don't really talk about the elite a lot, but that's going to change soon. Does anyone know, just from getting on a presentation, how much it costs to enroll in the elite package if someone wanted to start as an elite customer, meaning they get access to everything? Yes, $325 for elite customers. And how much per month, guys? Andre, you must be on the elite because you know the numbers off the top of your head. All right. So yes, so the elite guys is $325, $275 a month. Now, why is it more money? Because they get access to every curriculum. And you know how we always talk about the different tools and products that the educators have, which are add-ons, and we'll talk about that a little bit tonight too. But in the elite, you get everything IM offers you get as a part of your package. So every add-on, every strategy, every tool you get. A customer who doesn't come in elite, they get access to one tool, okay? Which is our most popular tool, which is what? What's the tool that everyone gets who's a customer of the academy, besides the academy and go live? What's the tool that, you know, I like to call our copy and paste system? Harmonics, boom. So every customer gets a harmonic scanner. And y'all just excuse my bad writing. You know, y'all get it. Shout out to all my educators on the line. Y'all got to teach me how to write on a whiteboard good. Okay, so the harmonic scanner. So that's clear, right? I want everyone to know what your customer gets when they get started, what you got when you get started. All right, so it's $235 one time, $175 a month. Now y'all know we have the 2 and free program, right? This is what a lot of people, when they get started, this is what they're, initially when they start, this is what they want to focus on. They just want to get their 2 so they can be free. Now, we're going to talk about, now write this down and get this in your head. Only customers can get 2 and free. So if anyone on the call wants to upgrade and become an IBO, which is an independent business owner, 2 and free no longer applies to you. And I'll break that down in a second. But I just want you to know, only customers get 2 and free. And here's why. If you're a customer, you're just using the education, you're just using the tools. You're not making money, you know, from the academy, right? You're just using the products. You refer 2 people, now your tuition is free. That's cool. You can stay a customer as long as you want and get free access as long as you have 2 customers active. Everyone understand what I mean when I say 2 active customers, right? That means that if you have 2 customers and one of those customers decides they ain't paying, sorry, I didn't mean to stick my middle finger up at y'all, right? And you only have 1 customer now, you no longer have 2. You only got 1 customer, so are you still free? Oh, who else? I only see 2 no's in the, okay. So so is that clear, guys? For you to get free tuition, you need 2 active customers. So if you enroll 2 customers and 1 quits and you only got 1 active customer. So you're no longer free. So what you have to do is before your payment is due, get another customer. So just keep that in mind. You have a monthly due date, right? And you can find where that is in your back office. If you go to im.academy, under personal info, if you look to the bottom, it's going to tell you your next billing date. So let's say you got 2 people now, someone quits today and your billing date is next Wednesday. That means you've got until next week, Tuesday, okay, not Wednesday, that you have to have them 1 day before your billing cycle is due, okay? So if your next billing date is next Wednesday, by next Tuesday, you've got to replace that customer. You need a new customer. You either need that customer to pay or you need to replace them with someone else. Is that crystal clear, guys? If you do not have 2 active customers on your payment due date, if you have a credit card on file, which all of you guys should have, your card's going to be charged. So don't be confused. Don't be shocked when you be like, oh man, they hit my card. If you don't have 2 active customers, you're going to pay the tuition. Is that clear, guys? If that's clear, drop some words. See, I tell you, I'm making this almost stupid simple, okay? Because I want to make sure everyone gets this, because this is the foundation of your business. All right, cool. So y'all got that. Now here's the difference between a customer and a business owner, IBO. Okay, this is one of the things that a lot of people, it shocks them sometimes. But it's just it's just misinformation or, just lack of clarity. That's why I wanted to do this call, so things are clear. So you've got customers, which every one of you guys started as, and you got IBO. IBO stands for Independent Business Owner, okay? So when you upgrade to become or when you make the decision like, hey, I want to be a business owner, that means you want to make money. So IBOs can make money, customers cannot. That's the main difference right there. If you are a customer, you're not being paid. So if you are a customer, and let's say you share this information because you see the value and you love the info, and you tell 10 of your friends about it, and 10 of them join, and you're a customer, yes, you'll be 2 and free because you've got more than 2, but that's it. The other 8, you don't make anything because you're just a customer. In order for you to start making money or being paid from the company, you got to make a decision to be an IBO. You're saying, hey, I want to be able to make some money from this. I want to be a business owner. Okay? So what happens when you become a business owner? When you upgrade to IBO, guys, the upgrade does cost you some money. It costs you $16.71. Whoopee, no big deal, right? So IBOs pay an additional $16.71. Okay? Now here's where people get it confused, and I want to make sure this is crystal clear. When you're an IBO, you're saying, hey, I no longer want to be free. I'm cool with paying, for the cost of my business. Now, guys, this is what I need y'all to understand. If you decide to be a business owner, don't y'all know that owning a business comes with some expenses? Yes or no? If you were to open a shop, a store, a traditional brick and mortar store in your city, would you be able to open that business for free? Right? You're gonna need a shop space, so you're gonna pay rent. You're gonna need a business license. You're gonna need to pay light bill, phone bill, internet bill. You're gonna have to pay staff. True or true? So when you become a business owner, there's fees that are incurred as a business owner. But the great thing about what we do here, guys, is our business only costs us $175 plus $16.71. So what's that total? Someone do the math for me. 191 or something? I think it's like 191.71. Something like that. So guys, think about it. In your IM business, if you're gonna be a business owner here, you're gonna have monthly overhead of less than $200 to run your business. A lot of y'all on this call tonight, some of you are brand new, some of you only been in 30 days, 60 days, and y'all already making $600 a month from your business, and it only costs you $200 a month. So I want y'all to get that in your head. If you're considering earning residual, you gotta accept that every month you got $200 for your business. Guys, and to me, that's dead cheap. Because who am I looking at? Let's see, I'm just gonna pick on some people I see. KK, just because I can see you. Don't kill me, right? KK, what do you think is your monthly expenses at the salon? Like, rough estimate.
About $1,700, $1,700.
Easy, right? And that's just off, that's baseline. That's not products, inventory, none of that stuff.
No.
Okay, so guys, for her salon, she's expecting to spend at least $1,700 a month just to run her business. That's regardless if she gets a client. If no one comes there, she gotta pay that. Do y'all understand that to operate business, there's costs? But why I think that this is the best business model in the world is because we can run a business for $200. Do y'all think that's a good deal? Like, I just want y'all to see the perspective, right? Because we got to put on our business owner, entrepreneur hat. We can't think about this as, man, they're trying to get me to pay $175 a month. I don't want to pay that. If you want to make $1,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a month, guys, you got to be willing to invest $200 into your business. I mean, baseline. Tico, let me pick on you too, bro. Tico's a DJ, right? Tico, like if you were to go, if say you got hired for a gig and they say you got to bring the equipment, speakers, control top, monitor, mixer, just give me a ballpark figure how much money you had to invest to get that equipment. Just a ballpark figure.
The controller alone, running you from like the controller, a good controller is like $1,300-$1,400. The case for it in itself is like about $300-$400. The speakers, one speaker could cost you more like about $1,200. That's just for one. So I'm sorry, my son in the background listening to Baby Shark.
I was like,
yeah, and the laptop is another $2,000. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
So guys, y'all see what my point, right? The point is, guys, if you want to be a business owner, there's some expenses. So I want y'all to realize that the income you can make here is ridiculous. So you can't have that mindset of, I don't want to pay $200. That's the wrong mindset. So I just need y'all to think about that off the top. So you can run a business for $200 that can earn you unlimited income. That's how I want y'all to think about it. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I hate paying car insurance. I hate paying certain bills. Like every month, I'm like, man, I don't want to pay this. But the one bill I don't mind paying y'all, or the one subscription, is this. When my IM subscription hit, I don't mind. I'm like, okay, business open. Because you got to start to think about it. If you don't pay your auto ship, that's what we call it, right? Your membership. If you don't pay your membership, you basically like didn't pay your rent. So if you don't pay your rent, your store can't open. That's how you got to start to think about this. Okay? So if you don't pay your membership, guys, you are closed for business. Are we in business to make money? You can't make money if you closed. So guys, I don't care what y'all have to do. And I mean, this might be a little harsh, but I want to see y'all win because y'all trying to go chairman, right? You got to be willing to have this. You need to have $191 put aside every month. I don't know what else got to suffer or what bill can't pay if things are tight. If it's one bill that needs to be paid, it needs to be this. Because this is the one thing that can make you money. Cable bill can't make you money. I mean, it's a lot of little things. Happy hour can't make you money. So just do what you got to do to make sure that $191 you got it. Okay? Fair enough? Everyone see the value in being able to invest $200 a month into their business to make unlimited? All right? If y'all agree, Rome said he needs happy hour. Right? Okay, cool. So I need y'all to understand this. So if you are a customer, you qualify for 2 and free, but you can't make money. If you decide you're going to upgrade to business owner, you're no longer 2 and free. You're saying, I'm cool with paying $200 a month for my business, but now you can start earning. Okay? Now, what do you earn when you upgrade? The first thing is, of course, you're eligible for residual, right? So based on that pay plan we always show, based on how much customers you got, you're going to qualify at a residual level. But guys, you make upfront money too. A lot of people don't even realize this. When you upgrade to IBO, now every customer you enroll, you actually make $25 upfront. So if you were to go ahead and upgrade to IBO tonight, and you enroll 4 customers tomorrow, you just made yourself $100. Plus, you have 3 customers, so now you're P150. So you just made yourself $100 plus now you're eligible for residual. Does that make sense? And like Tico said, guys, if you're using the products in the academy and you're actually getting on the go live sessions, you're using the harmonic scanner and you're trading you can make this in a day, but let's just say small lot sizes. In a week, guys, in a month, you can make your payment. You only got to make $6 a day, $7 a day. Come on. Okay? In a $6 trillion market, you can make $6 a day. So don't let this throw you off. Okay? Don't let that throw you off. Don't let people scare you. Because if you wanted to open any other business, it would take you way more than $200. All right, right now in here, y'all know, well, some of y'all might not know, I print t-shirts. I got my computer propped up on my heat press right now. That's $300. The cutter over here is another couple $100. Like Tico said, my laptop is $1,000. Inventory for the blanks, for the shirts, the materials is thousands of dollars. Okay? And this business, my IM business, makes me more money than my t-shirt business. And my auto ship, my overhead is less. So you got to think about it that way. And guess what, guys? It doesn't matter what level you get to in this business, your auto pay does not change. So Mr. Justin Owens, he's making $100,000 a month. Guess how much he pays for his business every month? Someone drop it in the chat. $191.71. Mr. David Emanitier, he makes $750,000 a month. How much is he paying for his business? The same $191 you paying. So you got to start to get that in your mind. Like, be happy to pay this. You got to be telling people, listen, I got the best business in a box because I only pay $200 a business, but it could pay me unlimited. Okay, so I want y'all to start to appreciate this payment instead of being scared of it. Okay, we got to go from a consumer to an entrepreneur mindset. All right, this is what you're putting in, but look at what you could possibly get out. You know, think about it. You know, I'll just shout out Mendel. Mendel got started 2 weeks ago. His first day, he brought 3 people in. He won a competition. He invested the $235 to get involved in the business, but he made $100 like the first day, plus some other money for his other customers. So he made his first day. That's a return on investment. All right, cool. Makes sense? That's super clear, right? Now, let's get to the good stuff. I just wanted to make that clear. The difference between a customer and an IBO, because a lot of times when people upgrade, they're like, I thought I was free. I'm like, you were free when you were a customer, but when you decided to be a business owner, you put on your big girl and your big boy pants, and you're ready to, you have an overhead so that you can make money. All right. Now, here's the first level. Here's the first thing I need y'all to know. So when you go 2 and 3, you need 2 customers. Y'all already know if one of the customers are inactive, you need to replace them. You need 2 active customers at all times to make sure that you're free. Now, when we're moving over to business owner, the first level is called P150, Platinum 150. This means that you have 3, this is the key word, guys, personal customers. And now this will make sense in a second. 3 personal customers. This means that you've got to enroll 3 people yourself. Now, the great thing about our business model, and y'all will start to learn that as you what we call rank up in the compensation plan, is that the powerful thing about this is after you enroll your first 3, your sponsor or whoever you're working with, or just based on your positioning when you got started, they're able to help you with other people. They can place some people under you. Now, they don't have to do that, guys. But a lot of times, just based on your positioning, it happens. But you've got to get your first 3. See, what can end up happening is, and it's happened a lot of times with a lot of people that I brought into the business. Based on their positioning in the company, because you only need 3, what we call 3 legs of business. And some of this might be confusing, but you'll get it as we go through. So everybody in this company just needs what we call 3 legs. And that's usually your first 3 customers. So that's A, B, and C, right? If you enroll A, B, and C, guys, what are you now? You're P150, right? $150 a month. Make sense? Now, let's say you're a person who has, some more people who want to actually get started. You've already got your first 3, but let's say you got 2 friends who want to join as well, and they get started. So guys, guess what? Those 2 friends that you just brought in, you now have to place them under one of these 3 because you only ever need 3 legs of business. So everyone else you bring into your organization is going to go under one of these 3 people. Does that make sense? Yes or no? If it doesn't, tell me. Okay, see some yeses. Okay, cool. So let's say these are your 3 people, and you get, person D and person E come in. they're not going to sit out. Sometimes now, guys, when we mess up placement, they end up staying out here by themselves. But ideally, you want to place these people under someone else, right? So let's just say you place D here and E here, right? Guess what? Let's say that happens. You end up placing D and E here. You just helped A because A now has someone under them. You just helped B because B has someone under them. You see how that works? But guys, even if you were to place, let's say you go crazy in recruiting and enrolling people, and let's say all of these, this is how your structure ends up looking. A is not a P150 because A didn't get 3 personals. A has 3 people under them, but you placed them there. In order for A to benefit from any of this placement, they got to get their first 3. Does that make sense? So everyone has to get their 3 first customers themselves, which means you have to enroll them on your own link. Does that make sense? So what can end up happening, guys, is you can have like a KK come into your organization. She's here and she go out here and enroll 50 people, but you didn't get your first 3 yet, so it don't even help you. That's why when you start to build a business, you want to get your first 3 as quickly as possible. Not only is that going to qualify you as a P150, but now you can benefit from anyone that's placed in your group. Okay? So keep this in mind for all of my new, IBOs. A lot of y'all ranked up this weekend. Now, I know some of the leaders have already had this conversation with some of you guys, but if you enroll 10 people personally, you need to make sure that you're placing them in your group. Okay?
I can't connect to the Wi-Fi network. You might want to check the connection settings in the Google Home app.
Nobody talking to you, Google. She always getting in my business. Okay, so if you enroll 10 people, right, they've got to go under the other 3. Now, here's what I recommend. I recommend when you've got additional people to place, first of all, write this down. Every new customer you get, you have 10 days to place them. So don't rush to place your people right away, okay? You've got 10 days. What I do personally is I set a reminder in my phone, a calendar in my phone, so I get a reminder the day before you have to place them so that I know, I got to go place this person. Because if you don't place them, guys, they're going to get stuck. Now, they still count towards your volume and your number for your rank. But why would you want someone to be stuck when they could be, helping someone else? Okay? You have 10 days to place a new customer. What I do personally as a strategy for placement, I don't just place people randomly. I place people for people who are working. So if let's say Alyssa has already come in and she's got her first 3 people, right? And let's say she got a team of 6. And I'd be like, man, Alyssa working. Let me incentivize her for her work. I'll probably place someone in her group to help her out. I don't just place randomly because what ends up happening, guys, you don't want to spoil your customers or your teammates. Okay? So if someone has 3 people, you don't want to go give them all kind of people unless it's like your family, your significant other, someone who you're building the business together because the income coming into your house too, right? But just random people, guys, you don't want to go ahead and just place them, you don't want to build someone's business because what happens is, 1, they start to expect you to do it. They feel like you obligated to do it. And guess what? You're making them lazy. Now that you're putting people there, they feel like they ain't got to do nothing. Does that make sense? So you want to incentivize good behavior. You don't want to incentivize nothing. So if someone in my business is doing nothing, I don't give them nothing. Right? Now, sometimes people can't get signed up. Sometimes people are slower than others to get enrollments. That's cool. But if someone's on trainings, if they're plugged in, I incentivize good behavior. So you want to start to do that in your group. Another thing that you can do is if you got people on your team and you want to get them running towards their goals, because remember, in order for you to hit your goals, they got to hit theirs, right? In order for you to hit your goals, you got to help them hit theirs. You can say to them, I think, Latoya might have a friendly competition in his group where he's like, hey, the next person to enroll someone, I'm going to place someone in your group. So that gets people moving. Make sense? So The placement part of it, guys, you're gonna learn. It's almost like trading. It's kind of harder for me to explain it to you here before you actually have to do it. What I tell people to do is enroll plenty people and then hit up one of your sponsors and be like, okay, what to do? Let's get the people first, then place them. Let's not focus on placement before we got people. Make sense? Alyssa, Mendel said you don't help him. That's funny. No, okay? So guys, does that make sense so far?
Yes, makes sense.
Okay, perfect. Good stuff. So, let's just show you so P150 is super clear, right? You just need 3 people. You're at 150 a month. Now the next level after P150 is what? Someone drop it in the chat. What's the next level after P150?
It's so good.
P600. Okay? Well, P600. P600, guys, is 12. Look at this. 12 customers. You notice I didn't say personal. P600 means that you've got 12 customers in your business. How many of them need to be personals? Drop it in the chat, y'all. How many of the 12 need to be personally enrolled by you? 3. Boom. So guys, y'all see the power in that already? That means that you enroll 3 people, and guess what? All of these 3 people who join, they're not joining to make you money. They want to either learn to trade, and most of them want to do what? They want to be 2 and free, or they want to be P150 too. So let's just say person A, there's my marker. Let's just say person A wants to be 2 and free. So they go out here and enroll 2 people and they're free. Person B enrolls 3 people because they want to be P150. And this person enrolls 1. Guys, how many people are in your team right now?
10.
9.
9. So you are the 10th person, but you've got 9 in your group. Okay? So y'all see how this is 9 people. You got a team of 9, but you only enrolled 3. So now this is how you get to see the team effort. Building wealth is a team sport, right? Everyone that you enroll into the business, everything they do, you benefit from them. But it's in a good way though, guys, because you're helping them get to their goals. Yes, you're helping them make money, but they're also helping you at the same time. So it's something called the law of giving and receiving, right? You put them in front of this information, so you gave them an opportunity to make some residual. And because they go out here and actually want to build it, you get blessed on the back end because you were the person that introduced them. Okay? So now you've got 9 people in your team and you only enroll 3. So now if you want to go P600, guys, you got the team of 9. You need 3 more people in your P600. Now those 3 can be enrolled by you or any combination of any one of these people on your team. Does that make sense? And the way you see this pretty quickly, guys, is like this. Because this new person might go out here and get 1. This person might go out here and get 2. This person go out here and freak out and get 3. And this one get 2. Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now you've got a team of 17. So you're a qualified P600. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's why when you guys see those numbers in the compensation plan and you see like you got to have a team of 225 people to make $5,000 a month and you scratching your head like, this mightn't be for me because I don't know 200 people. You only need to know 3. Really? To really qualify, you only need 3 of your own. But of course, in this process, you're going to continue to enroll more people. You're not only going to enroll 3, but really what you need is 3. So you got to start to look at it from that perspective. Like, listen, let me get 3 and then help my 3. So write this formula down. This is B3, H3,
yeah.
G3. Okay?
G3, yeah.
B3, H3, G3. Here's what that means. Bring 3, help 3 to get 3. That's all you need to do in this business. You've got to bring 3, then help your 3 to get 3. And if you do that, guys, you could go chairman 750. Because think about it. If you bring 3 and then you help those 3 get 3, you know you have 12 people in your team and you're P600, right? Let me prove it to you. Check this out. So if these are the 3 you brought, and you help each one of them get their own 3, so they all become P150. Excuse my bad drawing, but look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You bring these 3, you help them all get their 3, you got a total team of 12, you're making $600 a month. Guys, this thing ain't that hard. Now, is it easy? No, but it's simple. It's not hard. It's simple. The hardest part of this is being consistent enough for you to get the results. See, because we want to bring 3 today, and if we don't get 3 today, we quit. Or if we bring 3 and then they don't get their 3 next tomorrow, you quit, right? The key to this whole thing is don't quit. If you stick around long enough, you will get the results. I promise you, trust me. When I first started in this industry, guys, I couldn't get no one. I didn't get anyone to sign up in my business for 4 months. Real talk. I didn't get anyone to join me because I was brand new. I didn't get anyone to join my business for 4 months. I think maybe Matthew did. Shout out to Matt if you're on the line. Matt, I bullied him at the time when I first started to join. He don't know what he signed up for, but I said, give me $100. You have $100 in your credit card?
And I did it right.
But like to say an actual person who I like shared the plan with and they saw the vision, months. But look at me now. Now I could act like, wow, that's crazy. I could say I make 6 figures in my business. Jeez, God is good, right? No, but I just want you to say that, right? Like, guys, you've gotta stick around. That's it. If you don't give up, you will get the result. Okay? You just gotta have patience. So total team of 12 is P600. Then we're gonna go to one more level and then we'll stop there and I want y'all to hear from some of our leaders, okay? P1000. Anyone know how many customers is P1000?
30%.
Hey, Krishna, clearly that's Krishna's goal because she dropped that like in seconds, 30, right? Okay, 30 customers. Y'all want to know?
I have a question right quick.
Go ahead, Tico.
When you reach 12, that's when you hit P600.
Yes.
And the next rank up from 600 will be to 1,000.
Yes.
So you would be getting, let's say you have about, after the 12, let's say you have about 17 people. So that would have you in between 600 and 1,000.
So, right. So you're in between levels, but you don't earn the residual till you hit the level. So if you got a team of 17, you're still a P600. But you just got to remember, anyone that you personally enrolled, you make $25 for them.
Okay.
The residual.
Okay. I wanted to know if there was you would be making residuals off of 17 people as opposed to hitting the rank.
No.
Okay.
Whatever,
Okay.
you have to hit that next plat. You have to qualify to get to the next level. So if you got 12, you make 600. If you got 18, you make 600. If you got 24, you make 600. Not till you get to 30, you make the 1,000. You got to qualify. Okay? So.
Okay, got you. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. That's a great question. Okay? So here's how you go P1000, y'all. And P1000 is the foundation of our business. What do I mean? If you guys, I know a lot of new people are on here, but what does that? That means that basically, guys, to go chairman, and I think everyone on the call wants to go chairman, right? That's the long-term goal. To go chairman, you've got to develop 10 P1000s in your group. Okay? So that's why I say it's the foundation, because to go chairman, you need 7 to 10 P1000s. Okay? Think about that. And if you do the math, if a P1000 is 30 customers and you got 10 of them, that means out of those 10 people who are going P1000, you already got a team of 300, right? Because to go chairman, you need 500 in your group, all right? So just from those 10 people alone, you got 300, and all the other people that they brought in, they'll be bringing in 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. You see, and that it will add up to 500. But if you develop 10 people who can go P1000, you're gonna hit chairman. Right? But the numbers just add up. Okay, but just think about it. 10 individuals, guys, who are your P1000s, are responsible for 300 people in your group. That's why you got to start to look at these ranks in levels of the people that you will help to develop. Stop looking at the number like, I got to get 500 people. You're not going to enroll 500 people. I mean, sorry to say, right? You're probably not. And I'll kind of just share my journey with you guys, and then I want y'all to hear from some of the other leaders. Is I went chairman, right? So I've got a team of over 500 people. How many of them did I personally enroll? I'll give you all the honest numbers. I enrolled about 42 people, okay, in the last 10 months. 42 people. My team is over 500. I only enrolled 42 people. That's the collective effort of everyone else. But you know what I spend most of my time doing? Of course, I'm always prospecting. I'm always, building relationships. But the thing about it is, what you got to spend most of your time at when you're starting to go higher up in the levels is you've got to focus on the people. See, you got to remember that people build your business. So that's why we focus on personal growth and self-development. I got to develop you guys as leaders in your mind so that you are, your belief is built so that you go out here and do the work for your goals. Y'all ain't going after the goal for me. You trying to get to 10,000 a month for your family. But I know that in order for you to get to that level of income, you've got to become a certain type of person. You've got to change. You've got to evolve. You've got to become better. You've got to become sharper. You've got to develop the skills and the belief. So it's all about building people. I say it all the time. If you build people, then people will build a business. So our industry is really people development. I say that what we do as far as network marketing, guys, is it's personal growth and self-development with a compensation plan attached. The better you become as a person, the more money you make. If you don't want to change, if you don't want to grow, if you don't want to develop, your commission check isn't going to grow either. But if you're willing to grow, if you're willing to change, everything about your bank account will too. So it's all about people development. See the book I'm reading right now? Developing the leaders around you. Last year I was reading Developing the Leader Within You. I needed to know how I could develop as a leader. But now it's time for me to develop the people around me, right? So it's about people development. Let's see what I saw in the chat. Hold on. Please explain that customers with elite packages bring more volume. Boom. Yes. Okay. So that's a great thing. Then our compensation plan is volume based. I don't want to go too deep into that tonight because I want to make sure y'all get the numbers first. But each customer, this is good though. Thanks, Chi. Each customer that you enroll on a regular package counts for 150 points in volume. Okay? If someone enrolls on the elite pack, right, that they paid more money, right, because that's a higher value package, you're also going to get more points in volume. So our elite package is 195 points in volume. So to go P1, to go chairman, we always say to go chairman, you need 7 to 10 P1000s. And the reason the number is between 7 and 10 is because it depends on volume. If you got some people in with platinum packs, you're gonna need less people because their volume is more, if that makes sense. And you guys will get that as you start to dive into building the business. All right? But that's good, Chi, thanks for bringing that up. What's the name of the book? What I would recommend for you first, Sonny, is start with, it's John C. Maxwell, and the book is called Developing the Leader Within You. You want to develop the leader within yourself. You want to become the best version of you. Okay? And then once you've kind of got some success, because guys, people don't join this business, they join you. The reason that I'm having a lot of success now after being in the industry for a few years is because people have seen the growth in me. It ain't about Forex. When I was doing credit, it wasn't about credit. People who know me or who've been watching me, even people who are total strangers who followed my journey on social media, they see where I started and they see where I am now and the growth. And when people see the growth in you, they believe maybe this person can help me grow too. That's why you gotta grow. You can't remain the same. You gotta change. You gotta evolve, because that's what people buy into. Remember, people are only following people who they think know where they're going, headed somewhere, or can take them with them. That's it. If they don't think you're going nowhere, ain't no one following you nowhere. They gotta feel like you know where you're going, and that shows up in your personal growth. That shows up in your mindset. That shows up when they see like, gee, like I know I've changed completely from 5 years ago. The only thing I wanted to do back in the day was hang out and party. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I wanted. I love doing. Happy hour, drinks, fun. That's all I used to do. But now I hardly ever even go anywhere. So that's growth. Not saying you can't have fun, guys, but I'm just saying other things are important to me other than having a good time. You know, we say all the time, a lot of people are out here celebrating all the time. It's like, what are you celebrating? Like, what you celebrating all the time? Like, now I have something to celebrate. Like, I hit chairman, which was a milestone in my life, and I ain't do nothing yet. I ain't been out. I ain't had a drink. Today was the first time I left the house because my priorities have changed. Okay? My priorities have changed. So I understand that instead of me going out to have a drink and then being hungover the next day, and then I waste the whole day, when I got people like y'all whose success, you know, is riding on me making sure I can pour into y'all, this is more important. My birthday, I woke up on Tuesday and I did nothing. I didn't leave the house because I had conference calls. I had to share the plan. Y'all had guests on the call. We had people to train. We had 100 new people join this weekend. How am I gonna be out? Right? We got to make sure these people are plugged in. So just kind of keep thinking that. Just know that you got to become better. If you want to get to higher levels in the compensation plan, because it's going to remember this too. Every different level of this comp plan requires different responsibilities from you. See, you can go P150 simply just inviting people to a presentation. You don't have to know nothing. You don't have to have no leadership skills. You could just say, hey, get on the call at 8 and you could get 3 people to join. I'm telling you, all you got to do is know how to invite to go P150. That's why when people come into the business and say, hey, Sophie, I want to get some results trading first before I tell people about it. I'm like, why? You trading don't have nothing to do with sharing this information. All you got to do is get them in front of the information for themselves and you can start making some money to trade with. Okay? So, you know, P150. Okay, Daryl, if you guys who are in August are action takers, y'all can hop off. I just let Doc know I'm coming. Okay, thank you. P600. What's required for P600 is you've got to know how to invite and how to edify. You don't have to know how to present. You just have to know how to edify the information or the person that's speaking. You just got to build them up. And P1000 guys, you got to know some stuff. To go P1000, you got to understand how this academy works. So every different level is going to require you to do more things. P2000, you got to be presented. So you see how your responsibility level goes up, and that's why you're paid more. Okay? So P1000, guys, is 30 customers. I just write this down. It's a simple blueprint to P1000. Okay? P1000 is not hard. All you got to do, guys, is focus on 2 things to go P1000, to get 30 customers. You need to personally enroll 12 to 15 customers. Okay? You need to enroll personally 12 to 15 personal customers and then help 3 to 4 of them go P150. That's it. So you enroll 12 to 15 personal customers and help 3 to 4 of them go P150. If you make this your target, guys, you will go P150, you will go P1000 before you even get your 12 to 15. But the reason we say 12 to 15 is because we don't want you to just get 3. That you don't want to do the minimum to get the maximum. Right? You don't want to do the minimum. I tell people all the time, you can't want $1 million and you want to do minimum work. No, it don't work that way. There's no shortcut. 12 to 15 personal customers, and then 3 to 4 of them, help them go P150. If you do that, you're a P1000. So you got to ask yourself, and this is something I constantly ask people who I'm working with personally. I'm like, they go, if they're on there, run the P1000. I'm like, listen, how many personal customers have you enrolled? They're like 4. I'm like, well, you need to get on your 12 to 15. Because you can't expect to hit it if you only got 4 when the goal is 12 to 15. So enroll 12 to 15 customers and then help 3 or 4 of them go P150. Because out of those 12 to 15, 6 or 7 of them are going to tell you they just want to trade. You know, you'll have 2, 3, or 4 of them who actually want to build residual. And those are the people you work with. All right. But guys, does that make sense? Boom. So now what I want to do, I want to see if we got 2 of our, 2 people who I want to celebrate before we end the call, that I want y'all to hear from, because I don't want y'all to just hear from me. I want y'all to hear from people who are having success in a short amount of time here as well by following this blueprint. So I want y'all to see that this works. I'm not making this up. I'm not guessing. This is exactly what I've done and what I've been able to help people, at least 7 to 10 people do. And now I'm a chairman because we've got 7 to 10 P1000s in the organization. Okay? That's the August action takers, but I'll try to get us excused if you're staying on, okay? Because I got to do this. All right? So the first person I want to bring up, let me see if she's on the call. Yes. So the first person I want to come share with you guys for a couple minutes, to give you guys a few tips on how she was able to, go from P1000, which is the foundation of our business, to the next level, which is P2000, in a short amount of time. I mean, this lady, man, she came in blazing. She came in super coachable and teachable. She was one of those people, when she started, she would call every day and ask 1,000 questions. But I don't mind that. When people ask a lot of questions, I know they're actually working the business. Because if you don't have questions, that means you ain't doing nothing. Because if you are building, you would have questions. I want y'all to go ahead and celebrate, drop some flames in the chat for our brand new, P2000 on the line, Miss Raquel Aubrey. Are you there, Raquel? Okay. You there?
Hey, Sophie.
Hey,
Yes.
where you at? Oh, I see you. Let me spotlight your video. Cool. So Raquel, man, I want to celebrate you. The whole squad family wants to celebrate you for.
Yes, I appreciate that. Let's celebrate. And we celebrate you too on your accomplishment on Chairman 10,000, a birth, and on Chairman 10, a birthday and Chairman 10. I think you need to celebrate.
Well, we celebrate right now. They got the flames in the chat. No, but Raquel, if you don't mind, just share with everyone, just maybe a couple quick tips on, what helped you make that jump from P1000 to P2000. What was the activity like? Or even to just get from unranked to P1000 and then to P2000. What was that journey? Kind of share with us some of the things that made that possible.
Well, from being unranked, initially when I joined the business, I told KK, I am not recruiting anybody. I'm just here to learn to trade because I want to make some money trading. But I knew that I wanted to have my 2 and free. So I got my 2 and free, and then I had 4, then I had 6, and I was like, okay, I can do this residual thing, and it was working out for me. So now, I've really put a lot of emphasis on building the business. Now, going from P1000 to P2000, I had to pinpoint some leaders within the group, within my organization, to find out what their goals were, to help them also, achieve their goals and get to their ranks. Excuse me, which allowed me to do the same. So we had Jody at P1000. We had persons brand new like Elvis getting the P600. So, they came in, they were blazing. So I was really trying to work with them to help them meet their goals. And then that helped me also. So that Monday before P2000, I think I needed 13 persons. And I probably got 3 or 4 personals that week. Everything else was helping the rest of the team. So definitely this is a team effort for leaders to help everybody under them pinpoint their goals and achieve their goals, keep them motivated, keep them on track so that we can all win. It's a win-win situation.
Definitely, man. And that's so important, guys. I hope you guys caught that, right? It was about helping other people, right? Focusing on other people's goals. And that's how you really start to elevate in this comp plan is you got to stop thinking about yourself. When you first start, of course, P600, you like, I need to get my 12 so I can get this money. And once you get a taste of the residual and you're aiming for P1000, you're going to understand that you got to help some people in your group make money for you to get to P1000. It's pretty hard to recruit 30 people yourself. I mean, you could do it, guys, but it's possible, but it ain't probable. So you want to make sure that you are you are helping your people that you've brought into the business. I don't like the word recruit. I like the word sponsor. And here's a big difference between the two. Recruiters basically bring people into the business and then leave them. Sponsors bring people into this business and then hold their hand and help them along the way until they're independent of them. It's a big difference. So what we try to teach you guys how to do is how to sponsor someone into the business. Don't just recruit them. Because people know when they're being recruited, they feel like they're just a target. But you want to sponsor someone, which means you really care about their success. You know, when we get you in here, and I hope that you guys who are new can kind of see that as a part of our culture in this organization, is when you get in, we try to make ourselves available to help you along the way until you get it, and then soon you ain't gonna need us, because the goal is for you to become independent of us. But we understand until you get to that point, we gotta point you in the right direction. So we gotta sponsor you in, not just recruit you. So Raquel, man, we celebrate you. Grateful for your success. Looking forward to P5000 loading real soon. All right. And Raquel, everyone in the chat say you bully them into this business.
Yeah, I just saying now in the chat, I do not bully, but I do strongly urge the people that I care about. So, you know, I don't take no for an answer very well from them. Sorry.
It worked out.
Residual income, they're happy now.
Right, they love it, right? Because everyone who's saying you bullied them are making money. So I'm sure they're happy now. So next, guys, you know, before we wrap this thing up, you know, we got to get radical, okay? We got to get crazy in the chat. You know, this lady, man, she came in blazing. A lot of y'all who are new don't even know this. But, you know, this lady, she was my first enrollment when I did this business. When I came over here and started this venture, I signed up today. She actually went with me to meet with Mr. Owens. And we were sitting down. He was at the Ritz-Carlton, and we were sitting down, and I looked at her and I said, "What you think?" She said, I think you should do it. I think you should. It makes sense. So I said, man, okay, I can do it. So I told Justin, I was like, I'm gonna join the business. I'm gonna do it. So I signed up. And then the next day, or maybe that same night, I think I said to her, I say, you gotta sign up for your credit card. She didn't know what it was she was signing up for. She had no clue. She just gave me the credit card. Because at that point, guys, I was new and I had no people. Remember, when I started this 10 months ago, I had 0 people. I started just like y'all, unranked. And I asked KK, I said, KK, man, where your credit card, sign up. And she was like, okay, there, see you there. And she paid the $235 and signed up. And guys, for months, she never even logged into the academy. I think just in May, I told her what her password was. She was paying the membership every month. So guys, sometimes it's good to have friends who just got $175 on their credit card to pay that membership. But she was literally paying every month and never logged in. Didn't even have a desire to log in. And then in May, because of timing and positioning, I was building my business. So like, remember, she was my first person. So I started to bring a lot of people into the business, and guess where some of those people had to go? Under her. When she got to a point, I was like, KK, you know you have enough people under you now to be P600? She said, what? Just like that. She said, what? I said, if you just go get 3 people yourself, you'll be at 600 a month. And guys, that was in May, and she activated. She said, okay, I'm gonna try. She put the work in, and guys, from May, less than 90 days, P5000. From unranked to P5000 in less than 90 days. Guys, we gotta blaze up the chat, you know, for our new P5000. KK Raman, KK man, big ups to you. Super, super grateful for you. You know, and I know you are, you want to kill me right now because she's speaking and doing these things, but we are getting her out of that comfort zone, right? So guys, you know, KK, if you don't mind sharing with everybody, you know, what kind of, just your journey, you know, and some tips that everyone can use and apply that you use to go from unranked to P5000, almost to chairman in about 90 days.
So, giving it back to you, Sophia, I want to congratulate both you and Raquel for your accomplishment. for going Chairman 10 and Raquel for P2000. You guys are my motivation also. But yes, guys, Sophia, like I said, she made me join. I really was very reluctant to join at first, but eventually, like in May when she called me, I was like, okay, maybe I'll see, I'll try it, or I'll see what it's about. But the first thing I did, I think someone's snoring. Okay, but the first thing what I did is I committed myself to this task. I was like, listen, KK, I had a conversation with myself and I was like, KK, we're gonna do this. So that was the first thing I did. I committed myself to it and I said I was gonna do it. Second thing I did was I started to be plugged into the information. I started to stay plugged into the groups and stuff like that, because when I first joined and Sophie added me to all these groups, remember guys, I wasn't interested. So I was so annoyed with the groups going on and on and on. But as I started to get people and as they started to join, like I was more inclined to the groups. I was like, the groups more, they were more of value to me. So that's very important to always stay plugged into the groups, stay plugged into the trainings. Like I was on every training now, like I always wanted to be plugged in all the time. Third, I was always in contact with Sophie all the time. Like I would call her all the time to find out how to do this or how to do that. I was always in contact with her. Then fourth, using the mentorship calls on Sunday, they were like a lifeline for me because it's hearing other people's experiences, and sometimes their experience is so similar to yours. Like, you know, to hear them say, oh, they didn't have nobody a part of the group or all the journeys and the hardships they, you know, encountered on their way to chairman. So the mentorship calls is like a church service for me on Sunday, because it's like, you know, you be so inspired, like it give you enough motivation to go through the rest of the week. So I never really try to miss a mentorship call ever on Sundays. I'm in love with mentorship calls. Okay. Then it was the corny things that I didn't want to do, like writing down your goals and posting your goals all around the house and stuff like that. So, you know, I started to do those things because on every mentorship calls, they were stuff that people said that they did and they started to get results. So I did that, and I remembered like in the Bible when the children of Israel, when God was leading the children of Israel into the wilderness, and he always gave them little small instructions, and he always gave them stuff to do. And even though it may sound corny or it may sound off, but it was effective because those that did it, they were safe, and the ones that did it, they perished. Not to say that you would perish, but maybe you wouldn't get as far as you want to in the business. The next one was inviting people to the opportunity. I would invite, like every time, like no matter what. I don't care, I invite like all day. I'm still inviting. I think I'm up to probably like 43 people that I personally enrolled. And like, I just invite constantly all the time, okay? And the next thing is I had to adapt solely as being coachable and teachable. I had to set my mind and tell myself, KK, you are going to be coachable and teachable. I'm used to my own environment, the salon, I control that area. So I'm used to calling the shots, but here it is. I had to listen to Sophie. Every single thing that she told me, I had to do what she say, and I had to carry it out with no questions asked. I mean, not to say like I wouldn't question her, but I wouldn't question. If I already came with a question and she gave me an answer, I would just carry it out. Not to question what she said to do, but just do what she said. And then the next thing was always following up with my prospects. That was important to me because a lot of times people would say no initially. And at first I was like, Sophie, I was like, I don't know if I can do this because everyone's saying no. And, you know, they constantly saying no. But then Sophie would tell me, she was like, KK, listen, she's like, no is not no. Say no means just not now. No means not today. And with Raquel, it was the perfect example because Raquel started, Raquel was one of the first persons that I invited like 4 months before I got started. Like she was one of the first persons that I invited, and she didn't receive the invitation or she didn't join the business. But 4 months later, I did my follow-up with Raquel and she joined then, you know, so that's why it's important to always do your follow-ups with people. And then like 2 more. Finally, I stopped worrying about the no's. I stopped focusing on the no's. Like, it was because you're going to get more no's than you're going to get yes, but the no's build you and the yes build your business. So that's what I always tell, like, because a lot of you, you know, I've did one-on-ones with so many of you on the line right now. And a lot of you, I always tell them, like, don't worry about the no's, like, find the yes, like, because there is a yes. So you have to find that yes. So just keep going until you find that yes. And the bonus for me, the last and final one was helping others get to their goal. You know, like, I had to help my other team members in order for me to go to P5000. I had to help almost everybody to be able to get their goals. And then eventually, you notice I was the last one in that little weekend session because I had to help everybody else. So it feels like I was holding up some, I feel like I was holding up some and I feel like I was pulling up some, but that's how it was. So basically that's it. That was my journey.
I love it, KK. Like, that was heavy, boy. The no's build you and the yeses build your business. That one there, I stealing that. I using that to Sunday night on the mentorship call. No, but KK, if you don't mind sharing with everybody, man, those were some nuggets, y'all. Like, think about it. If you don't mind sharing, you know, because I don't think, guys, y'all mind if we stay 5 more minutes? I mean, is this, y'all getting value from this? You know, KK, kind of share with everyone, because I know that the biggest challenge that a lot of people have, and I know you faced it as well, was like you said, when you first started inviting people to the call, did people start hopping on the call right away? Share that journey.
No, they didn't. No. Oh my gosh. No, it was a nightmare. I hated it. Like I told Sophie, I was getting upset with the people. I was like, Sophie, you making me be upset with my customers. Like, even like Felicia just said, sorry, KK, because Felicia was also one of the persons that I invited and they would not show up. You know, they would not show up. And I would invite, and then sometimes I do the follow-up and I'd be like, hey, you got on the call. Like, sometimes the people didn't even answer me and I'm like, Sophie, I'm so upset with these people. Like, I thought they loved me and they ghosted me, like they ain't responding. But you know what? Sophie was like, KK, just do the follow-ups. People don't say no right now. They say, I mean, people don't say yes right away. She's like, they say yes eventually. So I'm like, okay. And I just kept doing it. And a lot of people on this call who I prospect or whatever, they could tell you, they joined Mussy probably like weeks after, but I never give up. I always go back to them. And if they're, and you know, a lot of people, what I did, like say if they had, say if in the academy, we had like a mentorship call, I would just send them the mentorship call. Like, I know they didn't join, but I would send them the mentorship call because I was trying to get their mind geared towards where I wanted them to go. So I would send them the mentorship calls or anything positive. If I saw something, a little positive clip or something like that, I would send them those stuff. And so the next time when I come at them, their mind was kind of like more geared towards where I wanted them to go. And they was like, yes.
Facts. And guys, I hope you all are catching this. You know, think about it, before they even, before it got to, they wasn't signing up. They wasn't even getting on the call. So, you know, sometimes we be beating ourselves up when we're inviting people to the calls and they actually hop on, but they don't join right away. You like, man, it ain't working. But I watched KK for weeks invite people to a call and they didn't even get on the call. And then, like she said, they leave her on scene. Like, she texts them and then they don't even respond.
Right.
That's like someone said in the chat, that's the hurtful part, right? But what I do understand is that in this business, you're going to start to sort. And that's why I want you guys, my Mr. Owens mixtape. I got to figure out how you guys in the Bahamas can get it. Because, and Jerice, I have yours. I know you had ordered once. I got your actual mixtape. But I'm trying to figure out how I can get a digital or stream version for everyone. But he has something called sorting the population, right? What you're going to find out in this journey is that a lot of your friends who we be talking about, you know, what we gonna do, and they looking for this opportunity and they ready for this, they ain't ready for nothing. You know, you're gonna learn that in this journey. Like, they talk about it, but they ain't about it. People is talk about it, but they ain't really about it. And you're gonna learn that, and soon it's not gonna, at first it's hurtful and it bothers you, but after a while you start to just be like, they ain't ready yet. They ain't ready yet. And like KK said, you wanna plug them into personal development more than the business, because that mindset has to shift before, you know, they actually willing to pull out that credit card, you know? So definitely, someone say, real talk, I'm ready to cut them off. LB says, those no's get frustrated. Definitely. We're human. We're human, but then why it's so important to be on every mentorship call and dive into personal growth on your own is so you can develop that tough skin. It takes a special type of person to get to high levels of success, and that personal growth is what helps, accelerate that process. It's the people who you least expect to tell you no first. You're right. Y'all, I gotta say it, right? Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? If you keep that in your mind, like anytime someone say no, that's all I think. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? And you keep it moving. And that's gonna help you to get through more people, faster. And here's another trick, and then we'll end the call, guys. Here's another trick. Go for no. Stop going after the yeses and start going for no. What that means is talk to as many people as possible and try to collect as many no's you can in a day. Like, stop thinking as no as rejection and make no the goal. Because guess what? If you go for 10 no's in a day, in between them 10 no's, you can get 1 or 2 yeses. And you're going to be like, they say yes. But then that actually helps you in your business. If you're going for yes and getting no, now you're feeling rejected. So flip it. Our mind, guys, we could change we can shift our thinking, and it actually helps to change our results. All right. So KK, thank you so much for sharing. That was so good. And there's another thing, and you can kill me for doing this, but last thing I want you to close us out with is this, that I was talking to you about it today. One of the things, and I always say KK is really instrumental in my success, is because she put me in a position to really build a relationship with God, right? Like, I believe in God. I've been to church, but that was about it, right? As I got older, everything else in my life was a priority and God wasn't. And she was that person in the back of my head always saying, Sophie, you're doing good. But when you trying to go, you can't depend on yourself. God got to you got to build that relationship. And guys, I can tell you, since that has happened, since I've made it an intentional thing in my life, I know what's happening in our business is supernatural. This ain't me, this ain't KK, this ain't Raquel. Like, you can't tell me God don't have his hand on what we're doing. And if y'all looking at what we're building, even LVs, everyone who's been a part of what we're doing, they're making like quantum leaps in this business, and this movement is catching on because we're really doing, good work here. This ain't about money, man. This is about impact. So KK, if you want to close us out with that, like, kind of just share with everyone, that how that's been impactful in your life, your relationship with God, and just how we've been fasting and praying, and it's been doing some incredible things for this organization, man. So I didn't want to kind of leave that out because that's important.
Okay, very quickly, guys. Like I told, Sophie and I went to the convention in London, and I told Sophie, when we went to the convention, there weren't much, like, it was basically only me and her, like, represented, like, to the convention, like, all the other countries were there, everybody, and it was only me and her from the Bahamas. And I'm like, Sophie, what's going on? I'm like, okay, when we go, I say, Sophie, listen, I say, we're going to be the Caleb and Joshua, and we're going to lead our people into financial freedom. Like, we're going to do this. So the whole thing is, like, we took a charge, like, basically that put a charge on us, because, like, okay, like, now it's like, y'all put this mandate, like, y'all gonna go forward to financially free your people. So it's like when Moses had to lead the children of Israel into the promised land, and when Joshua and Caleb had to take over. So the people was ready, and that's what I tell her. I'm not gonna speak. See, I'm gonna remember now, it was 12 that was sent to spy in the land, and 2 came back with a good report. So I told her why the Bahamians, I said, most people would say, oh, the Bahamians ain't into nothing. But I didn't see that. I was like, listen, there are some people that wants this. So we have to be the one to find them and lead them into it. So, I think it was the first, when Raquel, Sophie and I, when we were doing our first launch, and I was like, and Sophie was like, get everybody to, to get on the call, y'all launching mamas, y'all invite. And I called Sophie and I called Raquel, and I was like, listen, we're gonna have to stand in agreement. We're gonna have to fast on this, like, whatever, like, because we need God to answer by fire. I say, we serve a God and he answers by fire. And I'm like, we will have to believe in this. Like, we got to know that this is a God thing, like, this is a kingdom work that we're doing, and he is gonna answer by fire. But listen, y'all, We had like 60 people on the call, I think, Raquel or Sophie, like we had 60 people and no one signed up. Like we was like, that was our first call and no one signed up. But guess what? Even though I was depressed, we still knew that God was going to answer. And like in a couple days, like you had people just, you know, just randomly signing up. And from there, it just started to blow. And still now up to this day, whenever, and that's what we do. Like next thing you don't know about us, the leaders of this group, Sophie, Raquel, and I make sure we fasten every Sunday all the time. Even when we have those big calls, sometimes I'm like, listen, I say, y'all, now today we're fasting for just gratefulness. But we have different things. We set out different things that we fasting for. And we do this because we covering y'all too, because we want y'all to be financially free. We want, when y'all come in here, we want y'all to make money. We want y'all to be able to help your families. Like, this is bigger than us, you know? So fasting and keeping God first in this business is so important. You know, I mean, we don't want to get super religious on y'all. We just want y'all to know that, you know, this was some of the things that helped us. Like we started to just look beyond ourselves and we started to look to God for the answers, and they came.
Ooh, Sister KK has just closed us out, right? No, but guys, we just wanted to share that because we can't talk about the business side. We can't talk about the strategic side. We can't talk about the compensation plan, and we don't talk about a major part, you know, which is, you know, I know, and I don't know what you guys believe in, and we're not pushing our belief on y'all. We're just saying what work for us, you know. And I believe that we have a supernatural hand on this organization, on this company. And if you've been in here more than a day or two, and you know who our leadership is, who is Mr. David Imanitier, he's a man who walking in, you know, every time he open his mouth, he telling you he's being used by God to do God's work, and he's at the level of $1 million a month. And he's the type of person who says, hey, God said we were created to have wealth and abundance, but we got to believe, right, the vision, you know. So, you know, we just wanted to share that with you guys because it's been working in our results. I'm not saying that you've got to do it in your life, but I know it worked for me. So I would recommend you try it, you know, if what you're doing hasn't been working. Well, guys, this was an amazing call, man. I'm super, super excited for everything. I'm looking forward to the increase and overflow for everyone in this organization over the, you know, for the end of this month. We're fasting and praying now for, you know, 5 more new P1000s out of this group. And we know that it's already done. You just got to identify, will it be you? You know, don't worry about time. KK showed it doesn't have to take a whole lot of time. It took me 5 years in this industry to get to $5 grand a month, and she did it in 90 days. So that means that some of y'all can do it in 30. You just got to believe for it. You got to write it down, make it plain, create the environment, and then run the play. So guys, I appreciate y'all for hopping on. This was an amazing call, man. Super, super excited. Let's go ahead and just continue to do what we do and stay plugged in. And remember, Sunday night, guys, Sunday night, we've got to pack out the Sunday night mentorship call. Okay? I'm going to be doing the call as the brand new chairman in the organization, chairwoman in the organization. It's probably going to be my largest conference call, probably 3,000-4,000 people on that call. But we got to make sure that the Bahamas is represented. So we need everyone in this organization to call, and don't come alone. Invite people to this call. Like KK said, some people won't join because they're not interested in business or Forex, but they may join because of the motivation and the inspiration that they get from that call. And I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure that we bring that fire, we bring the heat to that call. So make sure you guys are on as soon as I get the flyer. Let's promote that call so that we can light the chat up in that call and let them see the Bahamas being represented. All right. So guys, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for rocking. The call was a little long, but I think it was very valuable. But you know, love y'all. Let's go ahead and run the play. Let's secure the bag and let's take this thing. I want this organization to break every record in Run the Play Nation. And I know that we can do it because this is an amazing group of people. There's no doubt in my mind. You know, let's go out here, 100 P1000s by the end of the year, 10 Chairman 10s in this group by the end of the year. You just got to identify if you're going to be one of them. All right? Have a good night, y'all. God bless. Talk to y'all soon.